Your Excellency, thank you for the opportunity. A word of thanks also from the Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat to ITC for the opportunity to be a part of this workshop. And I'm here as the nominated representative for Dr. Chakria Bowman, the Director of Economic Governance at Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat. I'd also like to take this opportunity to also acknowledge Amanda Ellis, the Deputy Secretary of the International Development Group at the New Zealand Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, of whom our Trade Office, Pacific Islands Trade and Investment New Zealand, is a part of that program. In terms of the opportunities available to the Pacific, I come here with a trade practitioner's perspective. So when we talk about opportunities, it's always from a market perspective. It's demand driven. And perhaps the best way to start the discussions is with the words of Anne Sherry, the CEO of Carnival Cruises in Australia, in a recent announcement where she talked about growing tourism from cruises from Australia and New Zealand to the Pacific. She talks specifically about the Pacific being a part of their business. And she speaks in particular to the fact that people in the Pacific are opening their lives to her clientele, to her cruisers, and allowing them to be a part of their daily life and to see how Pacific Island people live on a day-to-day basis. And that probably highlights, first and foremost, one of the key opportunities, which is in the area of services. So we hear it directly from the cruisers. In her recent announcement, the Pacific Islands make up 40% of her market. That's where the majority of her cruisers would like to visit. And New Zealand and Australia are a growing market in this space. It was announced that almost 500,000 Australians visit the Pacific. So there's opportunities there to look at cultural experiences in the service sector, being able to educate the clientele about day-to-day living. So looking at traditional cooking methods, local delicacies, how these things are made. In the Cook Islands, where for young women, learning how to perform Cook Island dances is a very important aspect of their life. So being able to offer tourists these kind of experiences becomes very important. So there's all sorts of opportunities and services, and like Elizabeth mentioned, one of the benefits of women is being able to see opportunities which others may not, just through diversity. So services as a sector is an area of opportunity for women to be integrated into. Aside from the traditional, there's always areas in photography. Tour guides, female tour guides for independent female travellers is an opportunity which hasn't really been explored in the Pacific Islands. Majority of the tour guides are very male-oriented, but we're seeing a growing number of independent female travellers who are venturing out into international destinations. Opportunities also exist where demand is created by the marketing messages being disseminated by intermediaries in the supply chain. So if you are promoting sun, sand and relaxation, it's a case of ensuring that the services and the products that you offer fit with the imagery that you are portraying, because naturally the consumer is going to be demanding that kind of product when they're coming to your destination. So in terms of services, the obvious ones of spa and beauty come to mind. And in terms of products, this is an area where perhaps agribusiness could capitalise on. We're looking at natural cosmetics, paraben-free cosmetics, organic products. So agribusiness becomes a key opportunity as well. Along with marketing messages, there's also opportunities for women to use their organisational skills to actually create some of these marketing messages and carve out niche markets for themselves. One of the examples that we have is the Fiji Fashion Week, where a group of women passionate about fashion and who wanted to showcase their skills and local talent to the world decided that they would organise this event and promote it and talk about the creativity of Pacific Island women, talk about the natural fibres that exist, talk about the culture and the different motifs that they weave into their fashion. So there's also opportunities through event management for women to become a part of the global tourism value chain. And finally, my last point is to talk a little bit about linking of tourism to other sectors, and in particular, very close to my heart is agriculture. A large majority of the private sector businesses that I work with in the Pacific are farmers and growers or processors of agricultural products. And one of the projects that I have been pushing for the last couple of years is looking at integrating local foods into hotel menus. And it's been a much discussed topic. I just came from the previous session where we talked a lot about the challenges that were present in terms of trying to achieve this goal. So to wrap up, I just wanted to present Meakai, 2010 World Cookbook of the Year, featuring Pacific Island women, their recipes, their stories. And we're hopeful, one of the things we're looking at is being able to actually make this a reality. There's already been interest internationally from people who are keen to actually go out and visit some of these women. They would actually like to go to the Pacific Islands and meet these women and learn more about their recipes. Chefs in New Zealand, foodies in New Zealand that we've talked to are very keen on the concept. And Robert Oliver has dedicated this book to the Pacific Island women, who he calls the Angels of the Pacific. And I guess one of the reasons why it's quite close to my heart is because through tourism, we can also develop the skills of businesses to branch out into exporting of their products eventually. So by building on their existing agricultural skills and learning how to supply to hotels, you're actually teaching them the whole concept of value chain and being able to understand everything from the importance of standards, the importance of transportation and getting the goods from the farm gate to the hotel, but perhaps on a scale that they'll probably be able to achieve on a shorter term, and then perhaps look to leverage off that to develop export of product into international markets. So just to wrap up, I've worked very closely with Robert Oliver. I actually have, this here is a signed autograph book by the author himself, which I'd like to present to ITC.
Patricia, would you like to come and accept this this wonderful gift from our Pacific Island colleagues, please? On behalf of ITC.
Where's the photograph?
Yeah, let's probably
Perfect. People at ITC right here.
Yeah. we'll have to do another one later. I think we'll do one more later. Thank you very much.
I just met the Egyptian ambassador, and we were having a conversation about trade, and we were talking about halal food, and she says to me, "Listen, Patricia, I don't cook." So I think that that this is beautiful for those women who don't cook and who need a cookbook if they do have to make a meal. So thank you so much, and we'll go through this and see, share it with folks at home.
Thanks.
Thank you.